This episode is proudly sponsored by HASA, the trusted choice for liquid chlorine. It's better because it offers the highest purity, works instantly, and contains no added CYA. By the bottom feeder, professional-grade battery-powered swimming pool vacuum system, it sucks to clean pools, so cleaning pools sucks less. Get $100 off the bottom feeder with code DVB100. Skimmer, trusted by over 30,000 pool service professionals across North America. Skimmer software helps you save time, grow revenue, and boost your 5-star reviews. Whether you're just starting out or expanding your team, Skimmer's easy-to-use tools and expert support have you covered. Upgrade your business in 2025 with Skimmer. Try Skimmer for 30 days for free at getskimmer.com/poolguy.
The Pool Guy Podcast Show. The Pool Guy Podcast Show. The Pool Guy Podcast Show.
Hi, welcome to the Pool Guy Podcast Show. In this episode, I'm going to talk to you about robotic pool cleaners, specifically for customers that are on your pool service route, how to handle robotic pool cleaners, how to sell to customers that may want one, and how to take care of a pool with a robotic pool cleaner versus a pool that had a suction cleaner or a pressure side cleaner prior. Join my coaching program and take your pool service to the next level. Connect with other pool pros in your area, gain valuable knowledge, and transform your business with personalized one-on-one advice from me. With over 36 years of experience, I'm here to help you succeed like never before. Learn more at poolguycoaching.com. I'm a big fan of robotic pool cleaners, so don't get me wrong when I say that they're a great cleaner choice for your pool. In fact, they're extremely popular in certain regions of the world. For instance, in Europe, they're pretty much the dominant cleaner on the market. In parts of the Midwest, the central part of America, where there's not a lot of pool service companies operating year-round, they're really popular choices. They're pretty popular here in California. I wouldn't say they're the most popular choice, but they are very popular. Probably the least popular choice would be in Australia, where suction side cleaners still dominate the market over there. But here in the US, robotic pool cleaners definitely have a strong presence, and I think customers like them for many reasons. I think the convenience of having a robotic pool cleaner is one. There's really no hoses in the pool, and you can drop it in there, clean the pool in 3 hours, and pull it out. Now, there's, of course, an explosion of cordless cleaners on the market. Some are really good, some are okay, some aren't that great. And I would say that in most cases, primarily for pool service purposes, you would want to sell your customers still a corded cleaner. And I'll go over some reasons for that. The first one, of course, is that it takes effort to recharge the cleaner, and you really can't charge it in direct sunlight. So you want to make sure you have an area where you can charge it. Maybe the customer has a patio that's covered with a plug. That's perfectly fine as long as the sun never hits there. Or they may charge it in their garage, which is inconvenient for you, or even in their house. And so you can't really access the cleaner easily to put it in during the service day. Another problem is that they may not charge it, and when you get there for service, it's not charged and you can't put it in the pool. I mention this because one thing that I'd like to do with these cleaners is put them in the pool after I service the pool so that it gives it a real thorough cleaning, and then the customer will retrieve it later. The customer should know how to put the robotic pool cleaner in the pool and retrieve it, and they should know that on your service day you're going to run it and they're going to have to retrieve the cleaner. You're not going to come back to do that. Now, I'll clean the debris chamber for the customer usually. They don't do that very often. They don't like doing that, and I'll clean that out for them. And usually it's not too bad. It's not going to affect the cleaner if they run it with a canister that's full. Some cleaners, it may affect it depending on how much dirt and debris in the pool. So teach them how to clean the canister, of course, so you know every aspect of the robotic pool cleaner use when they're using it. I really prefer suction cleaners and pressure cleaners, mainly because they're in the pool all the time and the customer is totally hands-off. But there are customers that do like robotic pool cleaners, and there's just that extra layer of the hands-on maintenance that the customer has to be aware of, and also they have to put the cleaner in the pool during the week to clean the pool. So they're not like the primary choice, in my opinion, in my region. They're great for homeowners that don't have pool service, that want to clean their pool themselves, because then they can monitor it and use the robotic pool cleaner whenever they want to. But as far as pool service, you just have to educate them that there is another layer here. You're going to put the cleaner in when you're there on your service day, and they're going to put the cleaner in during the rest of the week. Now, one reason why I like the corded cleaners, and I would probably recommend a more advanced and expensive corded cleaner, is because you can do a weekly programmable cycle. They really make these things really well now, where they have really great seals around the electronic components, so they can stay in the water indefinitely. Really, it's not something that is going to damage the cleaner by it being in the water all week long. So there's a couple that come in mind here, or a few cleaners that come in mind here, that have programmable cycles. If you go to my website, swimmingpoollearning.com, and scroll down to the middle, there'll be a tab there for best robotic pool cleaners. Click on that, and then click high-end robotic pool cleaners. And these are the top ones. I think the VRX IQ Plus or the Alpha IQ Plus, they're the same cleaner. The VRX IQ Plus is sold at Leslie's, and the Alpha IQ is found at your supplier. This to me is the premier robotic pool cleaner because it has a 7-day programmable cycle, and it mimics a suction side or pressure side cleaner very well for that reason. It's really good at cleaning the pool entirely, and you can also get a sand silt canister that filters down to 40 microns or 60 microns, or 40 microns, 60 microns, somewhere in that range. I think they rated for 60, but I really think it's a little bit less as far as microns. It comes with a 100 micron canister, a little pricey, but I would highly recommend this one because of the weekly programmable cycle. The customer can just leave it in the pool all week long, and the only time they have to retrieve it is if the indicator on the controller says the canister is dirty, which in typical cases, if the pool is not super dirty, it's not going to come on during the week. You also have the Dolphin cleaners that I like. There's some Dolphin cleaners that have programmable weekly cycles. I think the DX4, Proteus DX4 and DX5, that's also sold at Leslie's, has the programmable weekly cycle. And you can look on Amazon for other Dolphin cleaners that do have that programmable cycle. But I think it's something to consider when you're selling these to the customer. The number one thing you want to look for is a corded cleaner with a programmable weekly cycle. What about the cordless cleaners that have a kind of weekly cycle? They are out there. They kind of have a weekly cycle, but they only run for 30 minutes in the pool every 3 days. So it's not an everyday cycle. And by the way, the reason why I like the Alpha IQ Plus and the Polaris VRX IQ Plus is you can set it to go on every day of the week or every other day. And you can even set the runtime of the cleaner, which is really nice. And it gives you all those features to where it kind of, again, mimics a suction side or a pressure side cleaner. But the cordless cleaners that do have kind of a weekly cycle don't really run more than 30 minutes every 2 or 3 days, I believe, and most of them. So the Polaris Freedom, and then you also have the Dolphin Liberty 300 that has the weekly cycle. But the battery only lasts 2 hours to 2.5 hours for the Polaris Freedom. So you're not going to be able to run it more than half an hour every 2 or 3 days, which is, in my opinion, would not be enough to thoroughly clean a pool on a weekly cycle. So some Maytronic or Dolphin cleaners. Maytronic's the parent company of the Dolphin cleaners. The Nautilus CC Supreme also has a weekly programmable cycle, probably one of their premier robotic pool cleaners. I also like the Dolphin canisters. They have the fine filtration down to 20 microns. So they do have a really great canister, and it's really large also, so you can leave it in the pool all week long without worrying about emptying the canister. That's one advantage of the Dolphin cleaners, is the large debris canister and the fine filtration, so it's going to get the finer dirt out of the pool as it's running the weekly cycle in the pool. Another one is the Dolphin S400 with the weekly cycle. It also has the fine filtration canister. And you can also, again, get the Proteus DX4 and the Proteus DX5 at Leslie and Leslie's Pool Supply, and they have the programmable weekly cycle as well. I'm not discouraging robotic pool cleaners at all. I just think you need to pick the proper robotic pool cleaner for your pool service route to make it effective. You don't want to get a cleaner, let's just say a customer buys a Liberty 300, and as I mentioned previously, they put it in the pool, They take it out, put it on the deck, but they don't put it on the charger. They don't plug it in, I should say, because they don't have a charging pad like the Freedom. They don't plug it in to recharge it. You get there on the service day, you clean the pool, and you want to throw it in there to polish it, and it's dead at that point. So you can see how that would not be an appropriate robotic pool cleaner to sell to your customer. Same with the eye pair cleaners. They have to be charged, the cordless cleaners, and they have to be ready to be used. And I would say that they're not really going to be great for you as far as pool service. The only reason I would sell a cordless cleaner to a customer is if they're really pushing for it and the cord is a problem. Why would the cord be a problem? Well, if they have a dog that chews cords, I've had customers that have suction cleaners that the dogs like to pull them out and chew the cords. And I even had one where they chewed the entire head of the cleaner down to nothing, basically, and it was all over the yard in pieces. So yes, if there's a pet that does destroy the cords, or if you even have raccoons in your area, they like to chew on the hoses. It's kind of weird. So they may chew the robotic pool cleaner hose. They're definitely known to chew suction side cleaner hoses because I've had that experience. So in those cases, a cordless cleaner is appropriate. It's just not the most convenient choice for your service. And then let me kind of switch gears here and talk about maintenance and repairs. One thing that is great about suction cleaners and pressure cleaners, you can take them out, repair them, or take them to your local store and they can put parts in for you. Not quite so with these robotic pool cleaners. So you have to be really careful because there are things that the local shops can repair. There are things that need to be sent into the manufacturer to be repaired. So the cleaner may be down for 3 weeks, maybe even a month. I've had that happen before where it goes back to the manufacturer and they have to send it back to the customer. So there may be some downtime if something goes wrong with the cleaner. Certainly you could change belts on the cleaners. They're pretty easy to change. If you look up the schematics, if there's a problem with a belt on there, you can change that, or a band on the cleaner. You can definitely change the roller in front if that's necessary. Those are kind of like maintenance parts that are pretty easy to access and change. The tracks on the cleaners if they get really old. But things that go wrong electronically with the controller or with something with the cleaner itself, you'll have to take to a local shop or send to the manufacturer. I always suggest to the customer that when I sell them the robotic pool cleaner, I know it's kind of a hassle and inconvenient, but save the box in your garage because you may need to ship it back under warranty. A lot of these come with a 2 or 3 year limited warranty. Some come with a 1 year full warranty. Some come with a full 2 year warranty. I think limited warranties are more kind of what you're going to find out there. And have the customer register the robotic pool cleaner right away with the manufacturer so that when they do need a warranty, they can send it in right away. What I actually like doing is selling the customers both the suction cleaner and robotic pool cleaner. Now, hear me out on this. This is not an upsell of any way, but this is a great way to utilize both the great qualities of a suction side cleaner and a robotic pool cleaner. So what I like to do is have the suction cleaner running mainly in the winter time. So from October through April, I'll have the suction cleaner in the pool. I have preferences. I guess you could, go with whichever one you like, but I do like the Polaris Max and Atlas, and I do like the Hayward Pool Cleaner, Aquanaut Phoenix cleaners. So I'll have that running in there. And then during the summer, if the customer uses their pool a lot, we'll switch over to the robotic pool cleaner. I'll leave it on the patio, or they can store it in the garage, and I always get a cover for it. So it's really important to buy a cover for the cleaner so that it doesn't get damaged by the weather, and it's going to really preserve it. I like the Polaris cleaners because they have a cart, and you can find a Polaris cover online pretty easily, pretty affordable on Amazon, and cover the Alpha IQ Plus with that and leave it there. So run the robotic pool cleaner in the summer, run the suction cleaner in the winter months, or sometimes in the summer when they're not using their pool, they can run it. It just depends on the customer. I think that's just the best combination, and I think for the manufacturers like Polaris, it would be great if they had a combo pack, or maybe a major discount. If you buy the Alpha IQ Plus or the VRX IQ Plus, you get a, Polaris Max or Atlas cleaner for $299. I think that would be a great combo, and it would be something that the pool pros would just gravitate towards. We'd be selling our customers robotic pool cleaners for the summer usage or those times when they want to polish the pool, and then the suction cleaner for the other parts of the year. Plus, this will allow the robotic pool cleaner to have a much longer lifespan because you're not using it on a weekly cycle technically all the time. You're just using it maybe for 2 or 3 months out of the year, and then you're using the suction cleaner the rest of the year. To me, that's a great combination, and I have no problem with that. I have a few customers right now that have robotic pool cleaners and suction cleaners, and they work great in tandem. There's really not a big issue. Taking out the suction cleaner takes a couple minutes, and then you would switch over to the robotic pretty quickly. It also will extend the life of the suction cleaner, I should say. So I think it's the best of both worlds, having the robotic cleaner paired with the suction cleaner. I don't know where the idea came that you can only have one type of cleaner for your pool. I think it's one of these things where it's just kind of an industry standard, like, okay, you can have a suction cleaner and that's it, or a pressure cleaner and that's it. But what's wrong with having a robotic pool cleaner and still having your suction and pressure cleaner to use on those months when using the robotic pool cleaner doesn't really make a lot of sense. It doesn't make sense to use the robotic pool cleaner in the middle of winter here in California when you're not using the pool. There's no need to have it polished to that level. Why not just use a suction cleaner in those months? So for me, the best combo is having the robotic pool cleaner and the suction cleaner. So as long as you have these things in place, the customer is educated. I think you need to walk them through how to remove the cleaner from the pool. If you have a Polaris cleaner, robotic pool cleaner, there's the lift system. Walk them through the weekly cycle. Walk them through what to do when the debris canister is full, how to empty it. And then let them know that you're going to be running the robotic pool cleaner on your service day. If you don't have the weekly schedule cleaner, they'll have to come and take the cleaner out of the pool. So it's really something that can be done effectively, but the customer has to participate and be an active participant in the robotic pool cleaner cleaning process for it to be effective on your pool route. I really don't like pools without a cleaner, so if a customer doesn't want a suction cleaner or a pressure cleaner, I will definitely sell them a robotic pool cleaner because at least there's a cleaner in the pool, making your job easier and keeping the pool polished. And also the customer can throw it in before a party without calling you. Hey, I need my pool cleaned for a party. If they had the robot there, they can just throw it in and clean the pool, and it's not a problem. So there are benefits for the robotic pool cleaners, but it has to be done correctly. If you're looking for other podcasts I've recorded, you can find those on my website, swimmingpoollearning.com. If you go on the banner, click on the podcast icon, there'll be a drop-down menu with 1,600 podcasts there for you. And if you're interested in the coaching program that I offer, you can learn more at poolguycoaching.com. Thanks for listening to this podcast. Have a great rest of your week, and God bless. This episode is brought to you by HASA, providing products that deliver clean, healthy water for every aspect of everyday life. The bottom feeder battery-powered vacuum system, portable, powerful, and only weighs 12 pounds. And Skimmer. Get Skimmer, America's #1 pool service software. Podcast listeners can try Skimmer for free at getskimmer.com/poolguy.